Well, hello, friends, and welcome back to the Exorcist Legion VR. As usual, I'm playing on my Oculus Rift by way of Steam VR. So, the last time we were in here, we had quite a time in Chapter 1, First Rites, where we visited the local parish and found the father with his throat cut in the confessional booth. All sorts of spookiness happened, and we gathered evidence and came back to the station, only to find a package on the desk. So let's see what we have here. The amulet is dangerous. It must be exorcised. So we have to exorcise a physical item now. Point the crucifix and feel. As the light passes through. The crucifix will glow when the light is ready to channel. Point this at the amulet to get rid of darkness. So I assume that this is a tutorial how to use the crucifix, because I would imagine somewhere in chapter 2 I'm probably going to be required to do that. Let's get a look at this amulet here. Oh yeah, that's evil for sure. Look at that black smoke coming off of that thing. It's like that smoke coming out of the roof in Paranormal Activity. It's look exactly like that. Only I had a crucifix in that game. Alright, so let's pull out our handy dandy demon slaying kit and grab the right tool for the job. Okay, so I didn't do anything but point at it. It says point. The crucifix will glow when the light is ready to channel. So you don't have to do anything except for just hold it there. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Alright, let's see what this literature here says. She was that cool teacher who would get the children thinking about the environment and recycling. She was kind and fun. At school fates, she would tell fortunes and read tarot cards. Underline fortunes and read tarot cards. You can't mess with this stuff, people. It'll get you into trouble every time. To make money for local charities. I don't see the girl I worked with. This isn't Lucy. The Lucy Moss I knew loved the children and wanted the best for their future. St. something Community Hospital. I can't make out that word. Looks like diarrhea, but I don't think it's St. Diarrhea's Hospital. Teacher attempts to murder children on a satanic field trip. Oh, satanic field trips are so fun. Evil teacher. The newspaper says that she's an evil teacher. Evil teacher Lucy Moss took a class of 3rd graders out of school and plied them with apple juice laced with sleeping tablets before setting fire to the minivan they slept in. Well, that is an evil teacher, so that explains why they said that. Emergency responders found the hire vehicle just in time to pull the unconscious children from the burning remains. Man, it doesn't take long for a van or a bus to go up in flames, so they must have been right on the scene when this thing happened. What bad luck this lady has. None of the class were killed, so she didn't even kill any of them. Does that mean she gets to walk? All are being treated for severe smoke inhalation at the St. Folian Hospital for Children. They need to take them to St. Diarrhea's. Moss is said to have turned aggressive and gouged at the firefighters' faces and eyes as they tried to pull her from the vehicle. Oh, so she was just going to sit in there with them. Books about black magic and demons were found in her possession. Revenge. Loner Lucy is thought to be seeking revenge on the school she works at after recent cuts led to reduced hours for a number of the staff. Well, who hasn't been tempted to turn to the black magic and the occult because of problems at work? School has yet to comment, but local parents say that they fear for the children's safety and plan to challenge the school board over this serious lack of judgment. Challenge the school board. So a teacher sets your children on fire, and your course of action is to give the PTA a stern talking to. Yeah, I don't think so. Burn that school to the ground. I would own that place. I would own the state. Alright, plan to challenge the school board over a serious lack of judgment. Well, it's a serious lack of judgment when you hired this evil demonic teacher who tried to burn our kids alive. Haiti riots sparked by a disease epidemic. And looks like we have a nice story in the fashion tech. Alright, so I think that's all the backstory we're going to get for this interlude. Let's jump on into chapter 2, Idle Hands. Idle hands are the devil's plaything. Saint Dymphna. Oh, okay. It's not diarrhea, it's Dymphna. The logo by the door reads Compassion, Care, and Safety. Signs outside say, do not pick up hitchhikers. What can I find out about Lucy Moss? What has taken hold of her? Evil. That's what. Case closed. So it looks like I'm in some kind of a security booth or something, maybe? There's a button beeping at me. It says push to talk, so somebody wants to talk to me. I want to look around first. Watch out, biter. Alright, so this is the it's the chalkboard. This must be the security room here. Looks like we have a refrigerator with the stale donut in it. That thing looks nasty. Look at this sandwich. Somebody took one bite out of a sandwich and put it back in the refrigerator. How rude. Somebody opened up the milk, set it back in the crisper, open. These people have no manners. Anything good in here? Apparently not. How rude. The evidence bag. I'm gonna go hit this thing because it's clearly what the game wants me to do. So let's just go do it.
Detective, are you there? Prepped the patient for your visit, but there was an electrical fire that's caused some sort of security lockdown across the entire facility. I'll come down to meet you as soon as I can secure patient for the day. And by the way, we still have the patient's belongings. I put them out on the security room table for you to take a look at. Please, do not attempt to speak to the patient until I can get down there. It's quite dangerous.
Well, as soon as we show up, all hell breaks loose. Literally. Sounds like it's mayhem out there. Don't cry, little lady. I'll fix their wagon. Neither one of these look like a lady, though, do they? I mean, I guess that could be the lady. Looks like Hannibal Lecter to me, though. Alright, so let's see what we got here. Evidence bag. They blame it on cuts. Last in, first out, they say. Cover work. They even called me to cancel when I was on my way in. What the hell can I do? So this sounds like a disgruntled teacher. It's got a numbered, a dated page, so this is probably a diary entry. Nothing on the back. Looks like we have some cool looking Aussie tattoos. Aussie has this weird kind of crap tattooed all over his body. F4D2. Something tells me that there's some significance to this, namely the little chime tune that played in my ear when I picked it up. F4D2. All kinds of occult symbols tattooed onto this person's hand. We have a pentagram, a couple of pentagrams. We have the all-seeing Eye of Horus that dons our currency. And yeah, don't know what significance that's going to play, but I'm going to try to remember. F4D2. F4D2. A book. 19 legions of spirits. 19 of them. Is that what we're dealing with? Is that why this is called Legion? Because we have to deal with 19 of these buttholes? I can read this thing. Poor lighting here. Taker of old souls. And a member of Pazuzu's Legion. So, Pazuzu is the boss. That's who I'm going to fight at the end of this thing, probably. And the Legion in the title is Pazuzu's Legion. And the first one we have to deal with is Ronov. Ronov is the taker of old souls. It's that hooded figure that we saw in the first chapter. That picture we found that looked like the Grim Reaper. Yeah, that was this guy here. His role is somewhat like what we know as the Grim Reaper. Well, there you go. He harvests the souls of humans and animals who are weakened by age or mental illness. He is adept at using the mind to affect the physical world. So he's one of these, he's a master of this mind over matter stuff. That you can, the idea that you can will things into being if you just believe hard enough. So a lot of people today believe what this evil book puts forth. A6C1, a 61. That's what we all want, right? A6C1. Some more occult symbols on this person's other hand. Looks like they have an inverted cross. Some of these symbols I saw on the wall in the Paranormal Activity game. We have another eye, the single eye. This is another symbol for Horus, like the all-seeing eye on the other picture. And then we have a circled symbol here, which is obviously 666 put together. Oddly enough, you'll see this symbol here in all kinds of logos and things in our real world. And it's all supposed to be so innocent, but clearly the people who made this game don't think so, because they're using it as an occult symbol. Alright, so is this Lucy's profile here? Yep, it sure is. So there's Lucy Moss. As bad as she looks, she doesn't look as chewed up as that woman in the Paranormal Activity game. That lady, you could see it on her face. She looked like Marilyn Manson with no makeup on. Alright, Lucy Moss. Not so old. She was born in 88. So what, she's 30 years old. 5'4", not very tall. Slim, brown hair. Or brown hair, brown eyes, yellow. She's jaundiced. Says her eyes are yellow. Numerous tattoos and markings. Now, first of all, if that school hired this lady with all this crap tattooed all over her hands, or even if she didn't have it when she got hired and then got it later, and they kept this lady on as a school teacher for small children, then yeah, I think serious lack of judgment is an accurate statement. Alright, distinctive satanic symbols on her arms, seemingly random numbers and letters on her knuckles. So I guess that's what these what these numbers are. That's what's on her knuckles. Yeah, see, you can see them there. A6, C1. Now, I'm going to need this. This is going to have some significance later in this game, but it's not letting me inventory it, so I don't know how much I'm going to be able to do with that. I did have a notepad, I thought. Maybe not. Siri, could you open Notepad, please? Alright, she's a biter, so she's the biter that they spoke of on the blackboard over there. Approach with caution. A young woman displays varying states of aggression upon contact with others. No previous criminal record. Arrested by local PD for arson, kidnapping, and intentional poisoning of minors with intent to kill. She's also a suicide risk. Okay. The officer's name's P. Walker. Isn't that the name of that actor that from the Fast and the Furious, Paul Walker? Date of birth, 8/8/88, of course. Always with the numbers, these occultists. Officer number, case number, date. So it's the 2nd of August when she was brought in here. So it's almost her birthday. And look at those fingerprints. They must have had a hard time holding her still. I don't know, I think they got one usable print here. Oh well. Alright, A6C1, and what was the other one? F4D2. F4D2, A6C1. Can I not turn? Alright, F4D2. So A, so 6124. There's no B. There's A, C, D, and there's no E. No B and no E. 6142. Try to remember that. 6142. Alright, Understanding Black Magic by Fenton, France. For centuries, black magic has been used in satanic rituals and shamanic ceremonies as a way of summoning and communicating with spirits and demons. It has also been used to invoke favors, power, and supernatural enlightenment for the practitioner, often through an interaction or pact with the summoned spirits. Fenton, France looks at modern followers of the dark and traces the roots back to ritualistic black masses of medieval Europe. What do we have here? More tats on this lady, I swear. She got happy. They do say the tattoos are an addiction. Somehow I managed just to get one. Whatever. Insects and superstition. Christine Quinn looks at the relevance of insects in folklore through the ages. She explores cryptozoological roots from ancient mythology. That's something that's interesting. Cryptozoology. Look it up. Ancient mythology through to medieval superstitions and the pervading modern day belief that moths, in particular, the death's head moth, with their prevalence and birth in darkness, along with the number reported, swarms around demonic cases and can be seen to foretell war, pestilence, suffering, and death. See, this is what I'm talking about with this game. This is a level of detail that not everybody goes into. They left this book here just so they could set up whenever I go see this lady, she's going to have these moths flying around her. And otherwise, it would just seem, you know, weird. I mean, yeah, it would still have some effect that the lady has bugs flying all around her. But just to set that up and give it a little more meaning, they left this book here for people like me who take the time to read everything. A chess game. Anything in here? This is a puzzle? Seems like a puzzle, doesn't it? Or maybe it's just magnetic. I thought that it was a puzzle because of the way the pieces are clicking in, but it's probably just magnetic. Oh, something else significant. Susie in year 2 was adorable today. She saw the boys poking at a live frog. The litter pick, and instead of screaming like the other girls, she moved the boys aside and carefully picked up the poor thing. She was awesome. We walked down to the lake and let him go. So this is clearly to establish that this is the teacher's diary. This is when she was good. This was before she got possessed on the 16th. And then by the 26th of May, some 2 months later, she was possessed.
I see you, detective.
Did you notice the moss flying around her in the picture there? She disappeared when that thing started talking to me. Alright, now it's getting creepy. For sure. The handcuffs are all locked up. Where's my light? I need my light. Okay. Just going to, let's see here. Grab this thing. That's the light. To turn it on, do that. All boxes in here, not being interacted with. So yeah, automatically I feel uneasy, because that lady is clearly loose, and I hear a thumping coming from behind this door here. That evil spirit spoke to me directly too. Oh, look at that. I tell you, man, you can expect this stuff, but it still doesn't make it any easier to deal with. Man, that's creepy. Well, I couldn't make out any of that other than swine, but I don't think it would really mattered what she said. I think that the way she said it conveyed the message perfectly. Of course, I was kind of hoping this door wouldn't open. Crap. Alright. Let me get my toolkit out here. I think I'm going to need it. We're going to use context clues and go ahead and say I think it's the crucifix we're going to need. Alright, here goes nothing. Well, it looks like she's restrained again, but she was at the door a minute ago. Hello, Clarice.
Did Daddy find you some new toys?
Crap. Where'd the door go? Well, there's the frog from the letter we read. Oh, this is like the end of the Batman game. The walls are closing in. Where'd the frog go? Oh, another. Oh, God. I was trapped in a small room and now there's a corridor to walk down. Oh. This is nuts. Let's go. This type of stuff affects me so much. That's why I like playing these games. They make you feel something, even if it is fear. It gets my heart going, and I enjoy that. I'm not sure how long. Alright, we had something, right, to deal with this. Looks like my phone's going to tell me. Holy water can be used to put out eternal fires. See, remember? We read that. That's what I was saying before my phone so rudely interrupted me. How many of them do I need to use on it? That got it. All right. I don't know about this. Let's go. Let's go face our fear. And it's a dead end for now.
No one will know.
Oh, there's blood on the wall. See, this is so awesome. Why don't games do stuff like this more often? This dreamlike surreal state. It doesn't even have to be horror. You can do this in a dream state as well. Doesn't have to always be a nightmare, but it's so cool. Look at that darkness. Looks like the same kind of darkness we drove out of that amulet. In with the fire, huh? Oh man. That is not a good sign. Look, the shackles aren't even broken. She managed to get out of it somehow. See this here? Only in VR does that affect you. On a screen, that's just a hand sticking out of the wall. But in VR, that's a bloody hand in your face.
Did you find Faith, Detective?
Her name's not Faith. It's Lucy. Alright, so we're in a different type of corridor now. No more padded bloody walls. Where's my light? is, back in her restraints again. Look at her shadow.
You can have her.
Help me. Help me.
I'm trying, lady. There's the taker of old souls, or whatever his name was. Looks like we have defeated him and banished him back into the abyss where he belongs. That is a cool effect too. These particle effects are one of the coolest things in VR.
Thank you.
You alright, lady? She was used by Renault to take souls. Well, he tried, but she didn't get any souls. Lucy was free of evil, but at what costs? Well, apparently the cost was an hour of my time. But besides that, I think all in all, things turned out pretty good.
Detective, a package arrived for you. It's on your desk.
And we have another package. Alright, folks, what'd you think about that? That was even more moving than the first one was. Even though the interaction with the demon was a little shorter, it was definitely more intense. Again, the graphical fidelity in this game is outstanding for a VR game. And that's important in a game like this, when you're going to have arms coming out of the wall and soul reavers with deer antlers coming at you. That stuff needs to look real to have an effect on you, and it does, and it did, and bravo, very well done. Alright, so the shadow board is full, so that means chapter 2 is complete. I thought it was awesome. What did you think? Let me know in the comments below, and if you want to see more stuff like this, click the like button, like and subscribe on your way out, and thanks for hanging out. We will see you with a new gameplay tomorrow. Later.